Good Saturday, everybody. I am energized, and I am certainly excited to be here with you today. Guys, who here is ready? I got to turn this. Let me put a different view on here. Man, this would be a great time. Anybody that wants to turn on their cameras, let me go ahead and see if we can put this in a what view? How can we do this view? Man, I'm not very versed at, I need to be more versed at Zoom. Maybe I expand it out that way. Yeah, out this way. Here we go. If you want to turn on your cameras, feel free. Great time to do that. Guys, who here is ready to break free from the chains and defy the system? DeFi, that's what it's about. DeFi, right? In case you haven't heard, DeFi, guys, is the next really big market, guys. They are predicting that DeFi will be the biggest market to hit in probably a millennia, guys. There's never been a market. This is 10 times bigger than any market you could ever possibly see in 10 lifetimes. Okay, this is that big, DeFi, if you haven't heard about it. You know, and you think about that. Think about the markets that we've seen in our life. We saw the .com era. Could you be that much bigger than the .com market? Absolutely. And DeFi is really the industry. And we all know that Bitcoin and cryptocurrency has really overtaken things. Well, DeFi is that segment within cryptocurrency that's really going to put this way over the top, in my opinion. By the way, I should begin by introducing myself. My name is Dwayne, and I own several different businesses across the world. I also trade in the markets. I'm probably one of the more respected analysts as far as stocks to commodities to Forex, but especially cryptocurrency. If you haven't heard, guys, we deployed a coin last week. In just a few days, it went from $2 to over $170. And you say, okay, did I miss the boat? No, guys, we've only just begun. You know, although I have to tell you, you know, there's no guarantees to anything. We truly believe that we could see this coin go into the thousands and on into the tens of thousands of dollars very quickly. And you'll understand why and the power behind it. But guys, DeFi is, if you haven't heard what DeFi is, DeFi stands for decentralized finance. DEFI, DeFi. It's also a play on words. What are we doing? We're defying the centralized banking system, right? And so they call this hot new market DeFi, decentralized finance. And guys, this is really changing things as we know it. And if you haven't heard about DeFi yet, you will hear about it over the coming year and over the coming years, because it's only going to get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. I'm telling you right now. You know, crypto was kind of the first nail in the coffin, right, for the centralized banking system. Why? What did crypto do? It allowed people to be their own bank, right? People could be their own bank. They could basically have Bitcoin and be their own bank. But people still needed banks. Why did they need banks? They started to get car loans. They started to get home loans, real estate loans. They still had to get those loans for the things they buy. So they still needed banks. But DeFi is changing that. DeFi is changing that. If, guys, I'm here to tell you, if crypto was the first nail in the coffin for the centralized banking system, DeFi will be the last nail in the coffin for the centralized banking system. How awesome does that sound? To take and give the power back to the people, because that's exactly what decentralized finance does. And so we just deployed this coin in the DeFi community that literally is just rocketing up the charts, guys. And, you know, we believe it's only going to get bigger and bigger and bigger. We've really released what's an ecosystem that is really the app store of DeFi. This is going to be the DApp store of DeFi. What's DApp stand for? Decentralized applications, decentralized applications. And you think about it, you got the app store on Apple, right? Apple gets 30% of the revenues go to Apple, and they keep those revenues. In the DApp store, the people in the community get rewarded with the revenues of all those different decentralized dApps. And there's going to be a lot of different dApps that are created on this platform. And energy, guys, energy is the currency of that system. And you're going to learn a little bit about that. You're going to learn about DeFi today. Guys, we keep this short and sweet, and you're going to learn really how you could potentially change your financial future. You potentially change your entire life, your family's life for the better by being especially one of the first pioneers of DeFi, of decentralized finance. So let me get into it here. I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen. I'm gonna explain to you what DeFi is, first of all, in a nutshell, okay? I'm gonna explain to you how DeFi is different than the traditional system and exactly what DeFi is. And then I'm gonna turn over here to my partner, and he's gonna tell you a little bit about the coin and what excites him. I also got Peter on here. He'll chime in a few things because, guys, we are super stoked. I mean, really super stoked to be able to unveil this at this time and really deliver something that can just serve a purpose for so many people, guys. I mean, think about that. Just to create something for a purpose and really give freedom back to people. And that's what this is about. So let me go ahead and share my screen. Now, if you haven't heard, let me go ahead and take this. I need to reduce this view now. Hold on. Let me put this screen over here on Zoom. All right. So if you haven't heard, guys, the coin that we launched was called NRGY that we deployed. Okay. It's deployed on Uniswap. Uniswap is a decentralized platform. Okay. Uniswap is a decentralized platform. That coin went, and you can see the chart, went from literally under $2 to over 170. It came back, pulled back a little bit. You're going to have that. People say, well, why did it pull back? Well, come on, guys. When you go up $100 in a day, that's tempting to people. I mean, you got to think there were people who got in at $20, $30. You know, all of a sudden the coin's up at 170 a few days later. That changes their life. You know, they might say, geez, that pays off my car or my home or my credit card debt or whatever. And it's just too tempting. So of course you're going to have that. You want to see that correction along the way. It's very healthy for the market. But we came back, we zipped up there to 170. We pulled back to around 90. And guys, we've been on the way up ever since. I think in the coming days, you're going to see this coin probably go on upwards north of $300 pretty quickly. It's that powerful. And we're not on CoinMarketCap yet. And we are not listed on TradingView. But once we hit 2 million in liquidity, guys, CoinMarketCap and TradingView will pick us up. So NRGY is the coin, NRGY. I'm going to refresh my screen again. I want to explain to you how DeFi works, okay? So you understand in a nutshell what DeFi is and how powerful it is. DeFi is where the community provides the liquidity. Not a centralized banking system, but the community provides the liquidity. And DeFi doesn't connect to you as a person. You don't have to give up your privacy anymore. How many of you like that idea, not to give up your privacy? Pretty awesome, right? So you don't have to give up your privacy because DeFi doesn't connect to you as a person. It connects to your wallet. It connects to your wallet. Pretty powerful. So in the traditional system, first of all, I want to go over here because people understand how the traditional system works, okay? I'm just going to take this coin, for instance, on this exchange. In the traditional system of finance, you've got what's called a bid and an ask, okay? A bid and an ask. You have it in every market, from stock markets to crypto to Forex to commodities to you name it. But you got this bid and you got this ask. You got these people in the green that are saying, hey, we want to buy. You got these people in the red that are saying, hey, we want to sell. This guy says, hey, I'll buy this coin at 15.1 cents. This guy says, no, I want to sell it at 15.281 cents. And somehow they meet in the middle. Either the buyers break and they say, you know what, I'll come up there and buy from you up here. Or the sellers break and they say, you know what, I'll come down and sell to you down here. And the market moves. It goes up and down. This is what's called the bid and the ask offer, guys. Okay. This is the traditional market, speculation market. You don't really know how much liquidity backs something up in the traditional market because all you know is what somebody's willing to pay. Well, times are changing with DeFi. They're changing. We're getting away from the traditional market and we're going into the DeFi, decentralized finance market. And believe it or not, it's actually a lot easier to understand than the centralized market. A lot easier to understand. So let me go back over to my DeFi, this coin. Guys, the way I describe this, I call it the cookie jar system. You call it the grain bin system, the cookie jar system, whatever you want to call it, okay? I call it the cookie jar system. There's three things that you can do in DeFi. Three things: you can buy, you can sell, and you can add liquidity. So I'm going to tell you how that works. Instead of putting a bid and an ask up there, instead of being dependent on somebody willing to buy it from you at that price, everything is backed by real liquidity. Guys, that's powerful. Think about that in Bitcoin. What's Bitcoin price right now? Just out of curiosity, somebody. Nick, I always ask you that and you don't even ever have it ready. I think it's
48,390.
48,000. Okay. 48,390 is just the price that somebody's willing to pay for Bitcoin right now. That's why it's at that price. We don't really know how much backs Bitcoin. We don't know how much backs any stock, any market. We don't know how much liquidity is there. 48,000 is just the price that somebody's willing to pay. You see, if there's nobody willing to pay for that price, pay that price, what happens? The value goes down. With DeFi, it's not dependent on a buyer willing to pay for that price because it's all backed by liquidity. So let me explain how this works, okay? You've got this cookie jar, think of, and you've got, in this example, and they do pair them with Ethereum and the coin, or that Bitcoin and the coin. You got all different ones. We pair ours with USDC. Why is that? Because we're not affected by the crypto price. If Bitcoin comes down or Ethereum comes roaring down, it doesn't have any effect on NRGY. You know, in fact, when the crypto market was really hammering down last week, this coin was exploding to the upside because it's backed by USDC. What's USDC? It's US dollar coin by Circle. Every coin is worth $1. Extremely, extremely stable coin. So in this cookie jar, in this pot per se, you've got these coins and you've got these dollars. Okay, this is how this works. When you want to buy, you don't go set up an account and put in all your information and give up your privacy. No, you connect your wallet. You connect your wallet directly to that account. And from your wallet, let's say I wanted to buy NRGY. I would reach into the cookie jar and I would pull out NRGY into my wallet and I would put in dollars, okay? So I'm putting dollars into the cookie jar and I'm pulling out NRGY. Well, what's that do? Now you have more dollars in the pot and less coins, which means less supply, and the price goes up, okay? The price goes up. But let's say I want to sell. Let's say I want to sell coins. What happens if I want to sell? It's the reverse. I reach into that cookie jar, I pull out dollars into my wallet, and I put back coins into the pot. For doing that, now there's less dollars but more supply, and the price goes down, right? Less dollars, more coins, the price goes down. So what I'm doing from this cookie jar is I'm basically connecting my wallet and I'm swapping dollars for coins and coins for dollars. That's hence the word swap. And it's really as simple as that. So I'm actually trading. You see the trade button here. I'm actually trading and I'm swapping dollars for coins or coins for dollars. I'm either reaching in that cookie jar, pulling out coins, or I'm reaching in there and pulling out dollars. And then I'm either putting back coins or I'm putting back dollars. Okay. Easy enough to understand. A lot easier than the bid and ask, believe it or not. But there's also the third option, and it's called, and you see this option up here. You see it up here where it says add liquidity. Okay. There's also the third option to add liquidity. And what's this mean? Let me explain this. So when you add liquidity, you take and you add an equal amount of dollars and coins to the pot. You add an equal amount of dollars and coins. So let's say I wanted to add some liquidity. Maybe I wanted to add 10 coins. The price right now is $143. So I would add $1,413 in there with it. I I would add both coins and dollars, an equal amount. I'd put them in that pot. Now, what happens is, as the price goes up, my dollars increase and my coin supply goes down. As the price comes down, my dollars decrease and my coin supply goes up, and it fluctuates. But for providing that liquidity, now I get to share in the fees of the pool, the trading fees, the transaction fees, the exchange fees, when people swap them from dollars to coins and coins to dollars. Since I'm providing liquidity, I get a share in these fees. And my percentage of those fees depends on my percentage of liquidity I'm providing, my percentage of the liquidity pool. If I have 1% of the liquidity pool, I get 1% of the fees. If I have 5%, I get 5%. If I have 10%, I get 10%. And so I'm able to share in the fees by providing liquidity, and I'm also able to get an increase either of coins if the price comes down, or an increase of dollars as the price goes up. Pretty sweet, right? That's the add liquidity. So guys, that's how DeFi works in a nutshell. And the reason I kind of educate people on DeFi is because over the coming year, you guys are going to hear about DeFi and you're going to want to know about it. And again, DeFi doesn't connect to you as a person. It connects to your wallet. It's like opening up your wallet and saying, here, you can take money out, you can put money in there, take coins out, put coins in there. It's that simple, guys. But we are so stoked about NRGY because this DeFi coin is unlike any other DeFi coin that you guys have ever seen in your lives. It's unbelievable. And I really believe this DeFi coin is the Bitcoin of the DeFi market. I think this is going to be the standard and the Bitcoin of the DeFi market because of how it is designed. And that is why you see the price exploding. It is a fair, level playing field. It's designed exactly the same way that Satoshi Nakamoto designed Bitcoin. And you're going to hear all about those things. So at this time, I'm going to actually turn this over to my business partner, my friend, and he's going to tell you about DeFi. Guys, this guy is a genius. Alan Friedland,
Yep.
I'm going to turn it over to you.
Okay. Thank you, Dwayne. Quite gracious. Anyway, to begin with, I want to bring out, first of all, I'm very thankful for all you spending your time this Saturday to learn about the financial system that we are now operating, independent of any person. A financial system and a better choice in financial system is what people truly, truly need. And that is beyond just a coin. That's what NRGY is. It's an integrated financial system. Well, first of all, it's the first digital asset where from its inception, capital direct, all the funds that go in to purchase energy go into a liquidity pool that backs its value. There are no influencer giveaways. There's no developer cut. No one got coins for free, right? There's nobody out there with a bunch of coins ready to sell. Everyone that owns NRGY today put money in, purchased it on Uniswap, and that capital was then deposited onto Uniswap. And that's a huge, huge thing because that means that that NRGY is going to be a popular and deeply liquid financial asset. The second is limited supply. Unlike all the other DeFi projects out there that have 12 billion coins, that constantly mint new coins as soon as someone uses the service, their reward tokens and their governance tokens, they're given out as a reward for using their platforms. NRGY is not a reward token. Energy supply is entirely controlled, and minting is entirely controlled by the amount of capital that is added to the market making staking contract. Yes, the market making staking contract is the miners, and it's open to anyone that owns NRGY. The new supply only increases as new capital is added to this smart contract. That causes a future reward to be distributed to anybody that's in the market making capital is coming in the future, it creates new supply. If less capital comes in, then less supply is made. And that's a key difference between this financial system and energy and any other DeFi coin. The third, it's the first truly decentralized DeFi. All the other DeFi apps out there are on centralized servers. They're companies. They basically maintain centralized operations. NRGY has no people, no business. There's no single entity behind it. Everyone, myself, Dwayne, everybody is in this system on equal footing. You, as far as you get into NRGY, you purchase, you decide to participate in this financial system, and when you do, it's on the same basis that every single other person that entered it was entered in the same economic basis. So that's really, it's fairness, and that fairness is a key attribute to the system. And the fourth thing is the fact that we are building apps. Next week, we have several apps coming out, everything from a blockchain gaming app that allows people to buy NFTs, which are a way of playing games and owning digital assets that you play games with. We have trading and financial apps. We have a Trade Genie platform that allows people to connect their TD Ameritrade account and trade stocks automatically. That's what you call getting your money to work for you. We have a number of other apps coming. And so as we build up apps in the ecosystem, NRGY holders, 20% of the revenues go to the NRGY market maker contract holders, which you can stake, and 80% is paid out to the developers of these different applications. So we have the active ongoing development of apps. The revenues from those apps automatically are just distributed inside the market making staking contract. And so rather than, for example, on your phone, where the apps revenues go to Apple or Microsoft or Google, instead, the share is distributed to holders of NRGY that have a stake in the market maker staking contract. So that gives you the opportunity to earn revenues. It gives you the energy to be gives you the opportunity to be a miner and participate in this exciting new financial system. So once again, I'll just reiterate the first key point is it's the only digital asset where from the inception where capital that goes in is directly put into the liquidity pool on Uniswap. And that builds up it's fair economics. The second is the limited elastic supply, which is controlled once again solely by the amount of staking that happens in the staking pool, and those rewards are paid to the participants in the market making mining contract, right? So the more capital goes in the system, the more future rewards, and it's limited. It's the only DeFi that's limited to staking. You can only stake up to 4% of the staking pool, and that's what provides the opportunity, not the guarantee, but the opportunity to earn a 4% compounded return while your energy is in the staking contract. The third, the only decentralized DeFi, it's on IPFS. There's no server to maintain. There's no website that can go down. It literally doesn't depend on me, doesn't depend on a company. Your funds are always in your control. You're not sending your funds to some company somewhere or where you have to rely on a third party to do something for you. It's truly everybody in the community of holders is an equal role. You have developers who develop apps. You have people that want to just participate by backing liquidity of the asset that we use as our currency. And there's opportunities for people to participate in the community builder program, which Dwayne will tell you about. So there's lots of opportunities for people. And once again, this is not 4 separate innovations. It's truly one very powerful, growing financial system. And I'll just wrap it up by saying that having a choice in financial systems is really important. Today, we have limited choice. There's plenty of coins you can go out and buy, but being part of a financial system that provides the only truly equal, fair economic principles, where there's a limited supply. You don't have to worry about a bunch of coins getting produced. Also, nobody owns or can change the smart contracts on energy. No one owns them. There's no provision for, like with Uniswap, many of the other DeFi tokens, where the provisions can be changed. Everything is set. And so that really protects you too. So going in that what you understood to begin with is what will always be when it comes with energy. So that's I'll wrap it up by saying thank you for looking at this exciting opportunity. I mean, the coin price will go up, it'll go down. Obviously, the value of the financial network is really what's going to determine the long-term value proposition of this. If you look on Uniswap, you'll see we have very few coins. We're literally just at the bottom of the list. So this is early, very, very early. You can get in and participate now. Don't feel like that the price at $100 is a high price, because look at the coins on Uniswap that are above us with 4 or 5 million liquidity. If we get there, you're going to see, the upside is 4 or 5 fold if liquidity comes into the market. Now, none of this should be construed as a guarantee of any type of investment return. I want you to understand that this is a risk opportunity, but one that there were risk opportunities in many companies in the internet days, and the Amazon and other internet companies, and today they're the largest companies in the world. So I just want everybody to really understand this, because it does take a little bit of understanding to see that, yes, we need a financial system where people can work, earn, save, have access to the same investment tools to produce economic equality. And the only way that happens is in a fair financial system, and energy is the fair financial DeFi system. And I will thank you.
Absolutely, man. There's a couple of things, guys, I want to point out that really excites me. First of all, I don't know if you guys caught that, but there's no pre-mine supply somebody keeps in their back pocket, no developer cuts, nothing. The creators of the coin actually put their own liquidity in just like anybody else. The only advantage to the early adopters, okay, is the same advantage that the early adopters of Bitcoin had, in the fact that they were the first to own it. They were the first to mine it. And that's the advantage. Everybody is on a level playing field. Everybody contributes to the liquidity pool. You don't have to worry about some influencer being given a bunch of coins that's going to eventually get dumped on the market. I mean, that's so brilliant, guys. And then one other thing I want to point out, I can't stress to you how big this is. This is not hosted. NRGY is not hosted on a centralized server. They do not have a domain name with somebody like a GoDaddy. This is hosted on the Interplanetary File System, IPFS. If you don't know what it is, look it up. It is an interesting technology. It's a new technology. It's basically peer-to-peer. It's saved on many different devices all across the world. And it's secure, and it is absolutely lightning fast. It is fast. There is one other coin on the crypto market that uses the IPFS. It's a coin called Filecoin. They store files on the IPFS. But as far as a coin being hosted on the IPFS, no domain name registered to any centralized authority, guys, that makes this unstoppable. The minute that we deployed the contract, it's virtually unstoppable now. Think about that. That's powerful. That's true decentralization. And one other thing I want to stress, guys, you're not giving your money to any company. There's no company to give money to. You put your funds in the form of a smart contract. You put them into the liquidity pool that you can withdraw at any time. You put them into the staking contract that you can withdraw at any time in the form of a smart contract. You have complete full control of your funds. I cannot stress that enough. You're not giving them to anybody. And this is really powerful, guys. You're not at the mercy of any company or any government. Think about that. You're not at the mercy of any company or any government. How powerful is that? One question I saw in there was, how do you sign up for an account with Uniswap? You don't get an account with Uniswap. Uniswap connects to your wallet. It's a cookie jar. You open up your wallet, you pull the coins out, you put the dollars in. It's really that simple. It's so much different than what people are used to, but there's no account. That's the beauty of decentralization, of DeFi, of decentralized finance. Now, there's a real opportunity for you guys to profit. And how can you profit from NRGY? Well, you can profit from NRGY by staking NRGY right now. You can stake NRGY. The coin mints for 100 weeks, providing there's liquidity coming in to the coin will mint if that happens. And if there's liquidity coming in each week, the coin will mint, and you'll be able to earn 4% compounded a week on your coins. Again, providing there's liquidity coming into the coin. The coin only mints when new liquidity comes in. Why is that important? Because other coins will mint mindlessly. They'll pay out people a stake and they'll keep getting that reward. Well, if there's no new liquidity coming in, all they're really doing is printing more money. They're devaluing their coin. This coin will only mint when there's new liquidity to back it up. So, we work together as a community and we tell people about NRGY. So the coin mints each week. And that's what's awesome. The coin will mint for 100 weeks, up to 100 weeks. The max supply, if every coin was minted in existence, the max supply would still be under 4.4 million coins. Pretty low. And then the other opportunity is to profit by being a staker. You're also able to earn all the different dApps that are being created on the ecosystem. Doesn't mean you have to necessarily be a customer of those dApps. No, there'll be people who want to be a customer of dApps, all these different dApps. But 20% of the revenues that come in, 80% go to the developer, 20% go to the stakeholders of NRGY. And that's even after the minting period ends after 100 weeks. The people who are staking, they're going to be able to share in 20% of the dApp revenues. Pretty powerful, guys. I do want to see, I know we got a guy on here who's been really just driving this community and just tearing it up. And I mean, I'm very honored, guys, to also call him my business partner and my friend as well. And I want to turn it over to him to say a few things to you and what excites him, what really stands out. And then we're going to show you how you can get involved and how you can profit. And oh, by the way, you can profit as a community builder. You can be rewarded by inviting other people into the community and by telling other people. You can earn NRGY by doing that. And we're going to talk about that as well. So Peter, I'm going to turn this over to you for a few minutes.
Awesome. Guys, so excited to have everybody here. And what you're hearing, see, one thing you guys got to know about me, if you don't know me, is that I don't hype up anything, number one. Number two, I don't like to attach my name to anything that is going to fail, right? Because we've all been involved with projects in the past, learn from our experiences, and now as a result, we're smarter. We're smarter individuals. We know exactly what we need to do to be safe. And I can say unequivocally, without a shadow of a doubt, that where we are with this system, with this new financial system that we have with DeFi and with NRGY, that we all have an ability to be somewhere where we're safe. Here is the part that makes me more excited than anything else, because even though, God forbid, right, even if the IPFS is serverless, right, that website, even if for some odd reason it goes down, and I apologize if you're hearing noise in the background, I have my 5-year-old who's here too. So even if that goes down, there's a back way to go into Etherscan. That's a little bit complicated, but we have it written down, right? But there's a back way to go into Etherscan to unstake your tokens and put them right into your MetaMask account. Where do you know that you have the capability of doing that? Where do you know where you can do that? You can't even do that with all those other smart contracts that are out there. I hate to say it, but you can't. And the biggest thing, and I have to stress this again, just like Dwayne said, everyone who's in this is doing it together. Even the creators of the coin, they bought into it. They just bought it early. Like I was one of the first people to buy it, but I bought it early. I didn't get any free coins to actually promote it or anything like that. Nope. I looked at the project. Dwayne had spoken to me a few months ago and said, hey, look, you know, we're looking at coming out with something, you know, this is how we might be doing it. And, you know, let's see how we can get involved. And so, you know, we had some conversations. I went into there, I did my due diligence, I did my research and realized not only is this something that I can put my face in front of, but this is something that I can help every single person come into and win. And we all win together. And that's what's so exciting here. And now this community builder program that we have developed is absolutely outstanding. It's outstanding, guys. And again, you're hearing genuine excitement in my voice. You're not hearing hype or anything like that. I'm just super stoked about this project. Super stoked about it. Okay, so now here's what I want to tell you. This community builder program that we have is 2 tiers. On the first tier, it's 15%. On the second tier, it is 10%. Okay, first tier 15, second tier 10. Now, why do we have this? You say, oh, but that sounds like an MLM. It's not an MLM. It's not an MLM. It's a reward system because we paid no influencers. It's a reward system because we paid nobody to actually talk about it. And so just to say thank you, we're saying, hey, look, we came up with this system where you can be rewarded for talking to others about it. And then let's say you were to stake 100, let's say someone joins underneath you, okay? And you get a community builder link, okay? And let's say somebody joins underneath you, they put in and they actually buy 100 coins and they stake 100 coins. Well, 25 of those coins are going to go towards the community builder program, 15 on the first and 10 on the second, right? So that person gets 75 and you say, well, but that's not a lot. I'm giving up 25%, right? But that's how we do this the correct way, number one. Number two, as those coins continue to sit there and gain, number one, in value, number two, in the amount of the coins through the minting process that we have, and the amount of coins that are staked that come out per week every Saturday at 3:35 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. In fact, we're only about an hour away from that happening again and getting 11,000 coins to drop. And it's an exciting time because we all know what's going to happen when that happens. And, you know, people are going to start staking their coins. They're going to start receiving more rewards. It's just an exciting thing. And the amount of projects that are going to be built upon this, I got some massive projects that I myself am working on to bring to this platform that are going to absolutely annihilate it. And everyone that's here right now, you guys are all going to benefit from those rewards as stakers. And here's the thing I want to tell you. Let's say that person comes in and they put in 75 coins, okay? I know that's a lot, but just bear with me a second. They put in 75 coins. I'm using this as an example purposely. They put in 75 coins over 100 weeks time in total. Now we're at week 3, so 97 weeks from now, right? Those coins are going to anywhere between 3 to 5x conservatively in the amount of coins that are in that staking amount. And remember, at any point in time, you can take those coins out. Now we've gone from $2 to now today's date, $143 in 2 weeks time. 2 weeks time, from 2 to 143, with full liquidity, with knowing that you're in full control of your funds at all times. Every single person that's been involved in an opportunity before where, God forbid, they've lost their money because of centralization, because of control by a CEO that's just run off and just taken their money and ran, doesn't happen here. It can't physically happen here. That's why I'm so pumped. That's why I'm so excited. And that's why I put my face behind it. And that's why I do all these Facebook Lives. Back to you, Dwayne.
That was a great explanation too, Peter. Great explanation. And guys, I'm going to tell you, you can see the transactions that go through. And sometimes people say, well, what happens if people sell? Guys, there's been a lot of people that sold. There's been people that have $50,000 orders, you know, $100,000 orders. And this coin the thing is, it is so liquid because every coin holder is also a liquidity provider. And that's what's really awesome. I will tell you this, you can see the wallets of people transact. Looked at one of the wallets last night. I'm not going to point it out here, but there is a big well that is transacting with NRGY. I looked inside their wallet because you can see their wallet, how much they held. $237 million is what they had, over 237 million. So we're in week 2, and you're starting to have some big people start looking at this and saying, oh my gosh, this is going to be huge. This is really could possibly be the Bitcoin of DeFi. And so if you're out there watching on Facebook, here's what's going to happen. I'm going to take and I'm going to end the Facebook stream here in a second, but I'm going to walk you through how to get signed up, how the staking works. I'm going to actually open up the Community Builder app. You know, you have a choice. You can buy coins from Uniswap and you have 100% of them, or you can stake them. When you stake them, when you stake them, you get 75% of the value in staking, okay? 25% goes to Community Builder. And you say, okay, what's the advantage to that over just buying 100%? The advantage is you're able to multiply those into so many more coins, and you get a share in the DApp revenues as well. You get energy from the 20% of all the DApp revenues that are being created. So there's a huge advantage. Most people say, okay, I want to stake. I definitely want to be part of the Community Builder. And not only that, when you become part of Community Builder, you're now a community builder. And you get a link, and that link is not connected to you as a person. You don't register for an account and do all those things. It's connected right to your wallet. And the instant that you invite somebody and they stake coins, you are paid lickety split in the blink of an eye right into your wallet. You don't even have to request a withdrawal. It just goes right there in your wallet, which is
in 20
so
seconds.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Awesome.
in 20 seconds. And if I can illustrate something a little bit further. Now, let's just talk about that, right? So let's talk about what you're essentially able to get with that 15 and that 10% on that first and second tier. What are you able to get right now, right? If somebody actually comes in and puts in 100 coins and you're getting that 15, take 15 and multiply that times 143 and put that right into your MetaMask account. And you can access that at any point in time. You can sell it, you can do whatever you want. Now, what we're going to say is, we're going to say that because we can all affect the price of this market, right? We can all affect the price of the liquidity. So we're going to say, hey, look, sell off at like 10% at a time, and then wait until you get to the point where you're actually got your capital back. And then the rest, let it ride, let it build. But let's just say you have 15 coins. Let's say you let that sit there. From that actual person coming underneath you, you get 15 coins. Those 15 coins right now are 15 times $143. Let's say a year from now, on a conservative estimate, each one of those coins is now worth $1,000 and you've never touched it. What have you now gotten as a reward? Can you imagine the implications of how that is going to help you and how you can help other people, how you can actually make and help other people's lives become financially free? Everyone has their own degree of financial freedom. Literally, I got into cryptocurrency in 2015. In terms of cryptocurrency, that's being a bit of a veteran in the space. I've been through so many different things, seen so many different things. But to know that I have an ability to bring partnerships here and literally do this with everyone, it's like we're all a part of this together and creating this as a community. And that is just an absolutely beautiful thing. Absolutely beautiful. Back to you, Dwayne.
All right. So here's what I'm going to do. I am going here to end this Facebook stream here in just about a minute. But if you want to get on here and you want to actually see how to participate in the Community Builder, how to stake coins, how it all works, and how you exactly set that up, you need to get on this Zoom. How are you going to get on this Zoom? Whatever video you're watching on Facebook, in the comments, there's a link to this Zoom. And if you're watching this on one of your friends' Facebook feeds, okay, the link may not be in the comments. But that original video that they shared, if you go to that original video that they shared, in the comments, there is a link to get on this Zoom. And we're going to show you how to set that up. So guys, I'm super pumped. We're going to change a lot of lives. You know, that's really what, you know, when it's all said and done, you guys that know me, you know, I've always said, it's not about how much money you make. You know, I do very, very well in business and the markets, but to me, it's never about how much you make. It's about purpose. It's about serving others, and it's about creating opportunity, right? It's about contributing to the world, because when it's all said and done, the only legacy that you have to live on is what you contributed to society and what you contributed to others. And we're able to do that in a big way. And I'm, you know, I'm just looking forward to just hearing this. I'm already hearing them, the success stories that are coming out of this energy ecosystem. So guys on Facebook, get on the Zoom, and I'm going to go ahead at this time. I'm going to end the Facebook feed. Have a great weekend, Facebook. Everybody on Zoom, you stick around, and I'll open up the Community Builder app. Bye now, Facebook.